I used to live up in the mountains. I was forced down to live in the city for a while. I no longer go to the zoo. I go to the local supermarket. To see these people act the way they do is unreal. It's crazy. And I'm dumbfounded by it with all the evidence out there. And these people just don't see it. Now, as for the cops and the firemen, it's clearly chemical imbalance, I think. They need to get off the GMOs, get off all that stuff.
Well, no, that's why people are acting so weird, is we're dying of cancer, mental illness is up. I mean, we are poisoned, and then the system poses as the saviors while they're poisoning us. I mean, it's very, very simple, and then things only get worse. So you're absolutely right, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. So I think everybody should just go to the grocery store and stick warning labels on all the chewing gum. I mean all of it's got aspartame. It's good luck finding it that doesn't. And that's really going to be the answer to all this, is just all of us getting aggressive. It'll feel weird the first time you go to the supermarket and are sticking stickers on things or sticking InfoWars magazines inside the newspaper racks or whatever, but it will drive the enemy insane. It's like people all went into Subways and started freaking out on them. Why is there plastic in here banned worldwide? People are having a normal response. And I'll never forget, there was a case in Missouri or Tennessee. It was like 10 years ago. There's been a bunch of these. And they had the 11th, well, the girls were 11 years old, whatever that is, 8th grade or whatever it was, 7th grade basketball team. And they had cameras in the showers for their safety that was watched by the, quote, staff at the field house. Well, other girls from another town who hadn't been conditioned freaked out when they saw cameras. The dads all got mad. There was almost a fight with the police. And then the principal came out and said, well, this is normal. There could be theft or problems in the showers. And then it turned out Sacramento was doing it in California. But it was the girls had the normal response. There's a camera in the shower. You see, we have to have the normal response that, man, our cancer rates are exploding. And, man, Diet Coke's on record making people go blind. You know, we've got to get around to understanding this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. I agree with you totally, Alex. And it's very stupid out there. I mean, people are not waking up with all the evidence out there. I actually got kicked out of my house for what I believe in. She actually wrote you down in a report to the judge that I listened to Alex Jones, and I think the government's poisonous.
Well, oh, my gosh, how evil. So what, your wife got you kicked out because you're, you listen to the show?
My girl has a motto, why die by your own hands? And she's referring to the poisons in the food, my 8-year-old. Okay, she tries to educate her mother. Mother blows it off. But anyway, I'm getting to that, and I'm taking care of it. But I'm just dumbfounded by the people, all the evidence out there. It's clear as day.
So your wife used it as evidence in court of your thought crime that you listened to a show that's in the top 10 in things like Talkers Magazine. I mean, we're award-winning broadcast, on record. Everything we've been talking about has come true, has been documented. And she still is in her own world believing that this is some type of evil broadcast?
Exactly. And you know what? My little girls cried when I told them they're not going to have McDonald's anymore. They literally cried. They don't
well, that sounds like you. Well, I mean, you're a bad father. You don't want to give them plastic emulsifiers? I mean, what is your problem?
Better watch out because I give them iodine too. So,
oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Folks, I want to apologize right now for hearing this extremist. I appreciate your call. God bless you, extremist. You're on the air, Clarence.
God bless you and your team and your family and everything that you guys do. Two things real quick is a couple of oath keepers up here in Oklahoma. We sent a letter out to all 77 sheriffs here in Oklahoma, and the whopping response is 10. Only 10 replied. Actually, 11 replied, and only 10 of them were good responses, and I would like to get a shout-out to those sheriffs that replied and said, no, they're not going to take our guns. No, they're not going to haul us off to the FEMA camps or help the federal government in any way doing their awesome, tyrannical, patriotic duties that they do with the Gestapo. The NSA.
Well, who were some of the sheriffs up there that responded to your letter, actually talked to a slave?
Let's see. We had Pawnee County was one of the sheriffs. I believe Cleveland County was one of them. I don't have all the information here.
Any other points you'd like to add?
The second point was, gentlemen, if you're not taking male vitality, you're definitely missing out. In fact, don't take it because that's more for me.
You know, I'm glad listeners are plugging it, but seriously, because I forgot to plug this hour, that's how we fund ourselves. I got with Dr. Group and others, and I said, I want the most souped up, concentrated, raw, from wet herbs, not dry, new, organic. And it took 6 months to get the material together and to then purify it and to do all this. And it is dynamite to the point of I can't even take it every day or I'll run around screaming. But, I mean, what has Super Male Vitality done for you, brother?
I'm telling you, it energizes you, and I mean, you know what it does. I mean, it just it fires you up, and I mean, you're just bouncing off the walls, And my wife's just like, you have to take that stuff today because it's it kind of drives her crazy too. But
you know what Beavis says? I mean, sorry.
Oh, brother, I tell you, it's.
What'd your wife say about it?
Oh, she loves it. I mean, it's great. I'm telling you, like I said, Jess, if you're not taking it, just don't, because that's more for me. So
actually, I go on road trips sometimes, and all there is McDonald's, and I think I ate some 4 years ago and got a huge headache, close to a migraine. And then I started thinking back, the times I've had migraine headaches is when I've been eating fast food, which I haven't, like in 10 years, I've done like probably 10 times. But it was sometime about a year ago, I was on a road trip, and I ate Sonicers. Yeah, and I mean, I felt like I'd been run over by a car. And I'll go in Chinese food restaurants, and I'll go, listen, I don't want MSG. They go, no MSG. And I'll go, now listen. And the food comes out, and I can stick a fork in it, I can taste it. It has that, it's like, I'm not eating this. They go, oh, sorry. Then they'll go back and cook it without it, because, the chef's back there slinging it on the food. And they do that because the meat's been frozen. They know, I'd rather taste frozen meat, okay? If I'm out on the road somewhere, the frozen meat taste, than eat this stuff developed by the Japanese military in World War I to make people eat rotten meat, okay? I don't want it eating my brain. It kills brain cells. It's worse than Jack Daniels, folks, for your family. My friends, Alex Jones here to tell you about some of the most important information concerning you and your family's health. Radiation levels have more than doubled in the last 60 years in the Northern Hemisphere from all of the nuclear testing and radiological accidents. Radioactive contamination is now in most of the food supply. There's only 2 ways to avoid this. Move south of the equator or properly protect your thyroid with nascent iodine. Survival Shield Nascent Iodine. Secure your super high quality nascent iodine today at InfoWarsLife.com.